Hello, hello. I think I'm gone live. Okay. Yes. I'm live. I'm here. I'm back home. I'm back from my vacation on the road. It's Lynda from icrafter. And I'm just going to wait a few minutes while people come on. And I just want to say it was a wonderful vacation. We went camping in our RV. We pretty much glamped, so but it was started off bad, kind of a weird campground. Went to a really nice campground, had a wonderful time. Then on the way back, we had a little RV trouble, and so it kind of got weird again at the end. But so nice to be home. So nice to be back here doing a Facebook Live. Excited to be here. So this is, I'm just going to jump into this. This is Junk Journal July, and product-wise for icrafter, we have Christmas in July right now, but my Facebook Lives tend to be more of projects that I wanted to work on and share with you. And so since this is also known as Junk Journal July, I wanted to share a junk journal that I am going to make using my mini album and the add-on pieces that we have, the mini album dividers, number 1, number 2, and number 3. So there's a ton of pieces that come with that. So I just wanted to assemble one and show you. I've been gathering a whole bunch of junk from around my recycle stash, and I just want to say I did a junk journal being something where the parts to make this mini album actually are things that normally would go into the trash. So it's not just washi tape that looks old, and it's not just ephemera that you buy in a pretty package. This is actually what I did. I would say, hi Will, thanks for tuning in. So the junk journal being something that, again, I normally would have thrown in the trash and not used again, but I definitely pulled stuff out of, like I said, either something that I was from a previous project, or something that was going to go out into the trash. So let me go get started on this. This is, like I said, Junk Journal July, and this is my, let me switch the camera around here. Hold on. Okay, so this is using the mini album accordion, which is the main die for this, and you can see all these pieces you get with this set. There are 17 dies in this. Hi Tara, thank you for joining us. Then I have, just to let you're tuning in after this, just to let you know, Tara, I'm doing a junk journal with my mini album. So I'm just explaining, this is the main mini album accordion, and then I came out with the mini album divider number 1, which has 15 shapes, including this fun tag, and the divider is like this tab at the top. And then there's the mini album divider 2, which has 15 dies, and it has a tab in the middle and a lot of fun shapes in here. And then this is divider number 3. There's 16 dies in here, and it has a tab on the bottom. And these are all designed to work together with the mini album accordion. So let me show you, and because this is a junk journal, it will have pieces that were going to be thrown away, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make something out of it. So let me show you Okay, so with the main die, the mini album accordion, you get this big shape here, which is to make the signatures. Hi Amanda, thanks for joining us. I'm making a junk journal with the mini album, but this is for Junk Journal July. So I'm just explaining what I've used, and junk journal being everything that is was destined for either the trash or the recycle pile. So from the main mini album accordion die set, I use these 3 pieces primarily. This is to make the signature pages. This is to make the accordion shapes for the spine, and these are the sticks that will hold the pages, the signatures into the spine. So I pre-cut these shapes, and what you do is you fold these, and hi Jen, thanks for joining us. So what you do with the let me show you these pieces, and it comes with these crease lines down the middle. You will, and can you see the crease lines in there? Yeah, there's 3. So basically what I do is I fold it in half, and I use the iPress burnisher, and I just give it a good push down the middle, and then I fold back each side and give it a good push down with the burnisher here. Okay, and so what I did was 2, 4, 6, 7 of these. You want to primarily make, that's exactly it, the things that are too pretty to throw away, and it could be generally it's things that you're going to recycle or throw away, but if you have scrapbook paper that is too pretty and not big enough to do something really amazingly wonderful with, you can use that as well. It doesn't have to be, you know, exactly to the junk or to the trash. The thing I did was I did a little research as to the technical definition of a junk journal, a smash book, all the different ones, and from what I gather, junk journal is, the purist will say it is something that would have gone to the trash. So that's kind of where I'm working on. These were scraps that would have gone into the trash because I had cut something else out of them. But let me continue with this. So once you have these, I will say that these look like W's. Let's see if you can see that. A W and an M, right? So what you want to start with, you always want an odd number of these. You start with a W, then an M, and you just line them up, a W, and in this case I'm doing it craft white, W and an M and a W. So 2, 4, 6, 7. So you want an odd number of these, just because you want the ends to be upwards. So you start with the W, and then you just kind of attach these. So take the cap off. Oops, I'm getting a little carried away here. And you would put this down on that part, and you just lay this on top. And you do it more carefully than I'm doing it, but you can see now these are connected together, right? So you just continue doing it, and you want to connect all of these together so you have W's and M's. So again, I'm just doing that, sticking that together, and you just kind of keep going until you have all the pages you want. This was a piece of totally scrap paper, so it's a little weaker than the others, but you know what? It's going to work. So okay, so I'm just gonna keep going with that. And again, I want to thank everybody who were able to tune in last week when I was on a very, I was in a campground with kind of, it was okay Wi-Fi. It wasn't great, and it just kind of, I guess it ended early, but the other thing too, in the RV I turned off the air conditioner so it didn't have the noise of it in the background, and so it got really, really hot. So I'm glad we ended when we did, because it was just unbearable. So, okay, so now we have this big, giant, long accordion piece. So now we can work on the pages that are going to drop into that. And so I wanted to show you some of the things that I prepared ahead of time. One thing I did was I found in a magazine some really pretty photos or images, but they were just half. I mean, I just found it 2 pieces. So I used some washi tape. And yes, this is brand new washi tape. Yes, Wi-Fi did rudely in my show, but I put the washi tape between the paper, and I did glue it to some scrap cardstock, and I did the same for that one, and I did the same for this one. So one's going to be the cover, and I think this might be the cover, and the other one's going to be the back cover. So what I did was, after I glued everything down and glued it to the cardstock, I ran it through my die cutting machine with this die. And so I cut out, you can see the slot in the middle there, and it went right on the washi tape, so it's reinforced. So those will be the covers, front and back. So all you have to do is take this and you fold it in half, okay? And to start off, you would put it in the first upright piece, not the loose tab, but the first double upright piece. Okay, so just like that. You can see how it looks from the top, and I'm going to put one of these, what I call sticks. They're basically spines. They're kind of like this piece that holds the spine together, and I'm just threading it through until it comes out the other side and adjusting it slightly. Okay, so now what you can do at this point is just, leave it as an open page. I am going to seal it together so that it's sturdier, okay? So you don't have to do this next step. I just want to make sure it is nice and strong, and actually Lynda did a video of this mini album, and she stuck all of this together, and I thought that is brilliant because it'll be nice and strong. So there's the front cover now, and you can see how that works. Oh, okay, I didn't know May did this. Okay, so that is going to be the front and back. I'll put the back one on at the end there. So I want to work along the way. What I did, though, is I cut some various, you can see some different card envelopes, and this is a paper bag, and this was an envelope. Now the thing is that you can obviously paint these and do all kinds of stuff to cover over the all this printing. I didn't have time to do that, so I'm just going to, I guess, show it this way and embellish it later. So again, I used 2 pieces from a Panera Bread bag. I cut this piece. I cut from watercolor scraps, watercolor paper that was a scrap from a project that I did a while back of some flowers. So I did that, and I'll add this to it. And this was also something, this was in one of my mailers, but it was a cool gatefold fold piece, and I'm going to decorate it, but all I did was, I didn't put this through my die cutting machine. I just used my craft knife and cut a slit the same size as those, so I can add it in here. It'll and like I said, I will decorate this later. The beautiful thing about this mini album die is that you can remove pieces as after you insert it. You can put the pieces in, and then if you wanted to paint this after it's inserted, you can take it out. It's removable. So There's so many different options you could do. I'm just going to put this together just because. I mean, as I go, no particular rhyme or reason. Like I said, you can change this up if you don't like the craft paper, or again, if you want to paint these or ink these pages later, you can always do that. I'm trying to decide what I want to do next. I'm going to use this one. This was from, like I said, an envelope, business size envelope. So it has some writing on the inside. I'm just going to do this really fast, and I think maybe because this project can be embellished so nicely in so many different ways that I'm going to just probably make this into several different videos, because it could just keep going and going and going. So this is the tab part that is part of the add-on divider 1, 2, and 3. So this is just, it comes with, when you cut it, it has a shorter tab on this side instead of a full page. So actually I want this to be on a white side. Okay, I'm going to add this. This window, you can add it as a, whenever you have these envelopes, you can always use the window for some pretty decoration. I think someone said a shaker window. Yes, Tara. Let's see. Yes, and yes, you can use it as a holding mechanism, because in the original set, the mini album accordion, there is a die that makes like just a smaller page. So it would be the holding part of that. Okay, now I'm going to add the divider here. And the only reason I waited, I kind of wanted a white on the inside here. So, and again, I'm just adding these as I go. But I'll show you a few other things you can add to it. So it's just kind of fun actually going through all your junk mail and seeing what you have. Looks like I'm going to have more accordion folds than I need, but who cares? Oh, I know what I could do. Here's another thing I wanted to do. I have some envelopes. Okay, so just business reply envelopes, and you can either cut them down if you want, or you could just glue them in there. So you could do that. The thing is, and I'll do that with this one. Oh no, I want to do one more page like this. With the, oh yes, Will, I know what you're saying. You're right. The center part could be another holding mechanism. Yep, exactly right. So, okay, so now I'm going to add this piece, which is the piece that I just cut the slit instead of die cut it. So, oops. And you'll see it makes it more interesting when they're not all the same size. So although everything else that I've added in here so far has been all the same size up till now, it's kind of nice to have a larger variety. This one is super big, so it might have been nice to have a lot of different variety along the way, but you can see the fun things you can do with it. I've kind of used up all the pages that I had pre-cut for this, except for the back cover, so I can actually put the back cover on. Now, here's another thing. Once you glue it shut, like I did on this one, you can't remove it and add more pages, obviously, because it's glued in there. So if you do think you might be adding more pages, especially like I'm thinking of putting the back cover here, I might want to add more pages, more spine. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this up, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to add it as a page, but because I may want to expand this mini album, I'm going to put the stick in here. And it's a snug fit so it can stay. And the other thing too is you can glue these down. Oh, hi, Lauren. You can glue this down so it's the stick part in there if you want to make it permanent. But if you just leave it like I just did where I slid it in there, it holds very tightly, but it's still removable. So you can do more things. So later on, once I determine what other 2 pages I'm going to add here, I can glue this down and close off this mini album. The fun thing too is, and I definitely want different sizes because I don't want this to be the only thing that sticks out. You can add some washi tape here. What I want to do, oh, here's another thing you can do, is on a page, especially on a brown page, I want to put this down so this is our doily die, and just have it hanging off the page. Maybe I'll fold it in half and have it half on both sides, something like that. That's what I'm planning to do with that. And like I said, you could put some washi tape. This is new, so it's not part of the true junk journal kind of idea, but you could seal this part off. You would put a little bit of adhesive here, and I could do that. I'm just kind of building this as I go, but because I glued this cover together, it is something that I'm definitely going to keep as permanent, so may as well put this down and hold it in place. And now there's a whole bunch of different things, of course, you can do with this. Some of the stuff, I found some old stamps that I can add to it. That'd be nice to kind of cover up, maybe cover up some of the wording that you see. Oh yeah, Jen, I'm sure, Jen, you have a ton of ideas too. I'm just always in awe of the stuff you do. So, okay, hold on, let me just, and this is just, again, things ooh, big blob of glue. You just want to put down. Actually, I'm not going to glue this because it would be pretty to paint it first. And like I said, it's just some old stamps that I saved. You know me, I save everything. The other thing I wanted to show, like I said, you could, when you have the centerpiece, you could glue other things onto it. This is kind of an odd shape. I might shorten it. Not sure what I would want to do with that, but that is always an option. The other thing too is there is a die piece that makes pockets, and this came from, I took this off the front of a card that someone had written to me, and I thought, again, too pretty. Hi Elaine, thank you for joining us. I thought this was just too pretty to throw away, and I was able to make 2 pockets out of it. So instead of going into the trash, I ended up with 2 beautiful pockets, and I am just going to add it somewhere. And on 3 sides are these folds, so I just folded them back, add a little adhesive to all 3 flaps, and I am going to postage stamp collector. Oh wow, that is great. Postage stamps are just so much fun to collect. I just have a blast with those. And I actually, my mom had collected. Hi Roberta, thank you for joining us. My mom used to collect stamps, so I have some stamps from her as well. And this is the tag that also comes in the set. It comes in, okay, and I have big giant mess. It comes in mini album divider number 1. You can see, it cuts the shape with the stitched edging, but you can also drop in, I can never pronounce that word. I wouldn't say I am a philatelist because I don't organize my stamps and know everything about them. They're just so pretty that I do collect some stamps, and they do end up showing up in different projects sometimes. But anyways, I was saying this tag is a full-size solid tag, but you can drop in like this window that says "Oh Happy Day" if you want to. But I just wanted to show that This was a project, leftover piece of a project I was working on, but those tags fit inside these pockets, so you can add those as you go. It'd be prettier if they kind of matched, but they are fun. This was a nice thick cardstock that was part of a junk mail, and so I want to paint this, but I wanted to cut it out and drop it in there. I'm going to add the other tag somewhere. Where should I add that? I have pages coming in here. I'm going to cover up this. Is it strong enough? Where's the other one? I guess I could. No, I got to paint that yet. So I want to do it on a page that I'm not going to keep adding more stuff to. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll add it right here. What do you think? So the fun thing about doing this junk journal with everyone here is it's just kind of like free flow thinking of where you're going to add things. I didn't think it through of everything that's going to go everywhere, what I'm going to do. So it's just, and you can tell I'm also a little crooked on that. I don't know, that kind of there. So you just glue that down. You would put the, again, whatever tag you want, and of course embellish the tags. For a teen birthday sleepover, oh, that would be cool. I didn't think of that. Yes, you're right. There's so many things you could do it as you know, if you want to do it as a junk journal, that's great. If you wanted to do it as smash book, where they bring, you know, you could add photos. The fun thing is it's great for Instax photos. That is, it's kind of designed to fit Instax photos really well, which I totally love those. So it is something that, you know, they teens would have a blast doing. And again, I have 2 pages that I don't have anything designed. Oh, you know what? Hold everything. Hold everything. Can you do? You could fold something and glue it to that. Be kind of interesting. Wonder if I could. I have some card member. Okay, let's do this one. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I just think it's kind of fun. If I take this and I cut, yes, it would definitely occupy a lot of time because it's limitless you could do. So I just cut that part so that you can lift this up and use it as a pocket, a fold over pocket. Now, because I guess you could add a slot in there, I am just going to glue it down. Why not? But glue it down in a different way. Hold on. Like I said, I'm just experimenting as we go. So I'm lifting up the back flap here, okay? And I'm going to let it go like, do you see what I'm doing? I'm not letting the flap get stuck. I sure hope this works. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just gluing it down like that. Now, when you open it up, yeah, the flap is kind of, well, I didn't put enough glue. Oh, I wonder if you can, no. Like I said, I'm just testing this out and seeing if this works. I'm putting the flap up. I guess that would work. Anyway. Oh, that would be fun. Yes, occupy a lot of, for a birthday party. So, again, this isn't the best solution, but it is something you can add to it if you want. The other thing, okay, that you can do, oh, I have some more scrap, colorful scrap stuff. What I did was, out of the Better Homes and Garden magazine, is, and this would be great, great, great for teens, to glue bits in. Yes, it would be, I'm just, you know, you could cut out words, you could fussy cut photos that you like. I just love how they had all these flowers. And, you know, take your time, of course, if you're going to fussy cut, or the people are going to, like you said, the teens doing something like that. But it would be kind of just so pretty to almost, if you know decoupage, where you add some, the adhesive down and you just kind of layer this on and it becomes part of your page kind of thing. I'm just cutting this really fast and really kind of just to show what I'm talking about. But I just love this hydrangea. I love the article talking about how to get your hydrangeas to turn blue too. So, does it look pretty on the brown? And just, I guess again, just use a Vision Journal red liner tape. Oh yeah, red liner tape would work. I think a Vision Journal, much like a Vision board, would be cool. Oh, that is amazingly good idea too. So yeah, I think you're right too. The red liner tape would hold everything really well and keep everything in place. But you could see there is no rhyme or reason. Again, adding paint as you go, inking would always look beautiful on this. Another thing too is, where did I put, oh, okay. You can also, I know they have what they call glue books, which I thought that's a funny name for it, but basically people save scrap from magazines and they glue it down in a creative way, and that's called a glue book. So it's kind of, I mean, I guess all these things are kind of similar. So a glue book, I'm gluing stuff down, but with recycled magazines, so it is kind of a junk journal, and it gets kind of confusing. But I saw this great quote on the bottom of this page, and I decided I must have this onto my mini album or my junk journal, and I'll read it to you in a second as soon as I cut this out, because this kind of, things are going around. So the quote is, "I started out as a graphic designer. That was my plan A. I'm on plan M now." And I just thought that Pinterest journal would be great too. Perfect, yes. So anyway, as you can see that you can use it any way you want. I mean, I don't know, I used to, as a kid, love gluing stuff down in, I guess it was before there was such a thing as a glue book. It was just someplace fun to glue stuff. And that is kind of what this, I think, Jen, you're right, for, hi Camilla, for teens, it would be, you know, or even younger, just give them a glue stick and let them go, have fun on it. Yes, I am on plan M. So, again, paint would be fun. This is going to be fun when I work at, add some layers of tissue, and just kind of turn that into a page. This, I may need to work on this a bit. I still have one more page that I could add. All the only things I have left are generally envelopes, and I didn't think that one through completely. But once I'm done, I will glue that down. I do want to put the lace on something. The lace should go on something dark, probably. Why not? Does anyone can't find my glue stick in this mess? So it's here somewhere. I mean, seriously. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to, don't want to waste that. I can do it on this. So this is a Nouveau glue pen. I found this in my stash of things. So I hope it's working. We'll find out, won't we? That is the thing about my, oh, I could do it this way. No, I'll do it this way. Now the whole thing too is to the fun part will be adding some, I guess I could have cut that. Da, da, da. But if I cut it now, it's going to leave glue all over my scissors, so I'm just going to fold it over. So, and just to let everyone know there, old calendars, yes. I now have glue all over my hands. Like I said, I'm just having fun. This kind of would have been fun to do, oops, on the, while I was on vacation, because I would have made a whole mess. I could have done it outside maybe. I don't know if I would have had Wi-Fi. Oh yes, first day of school photos. I've had people, this one lady told me that she was going to make some of these, the basic book, and then entertain her grandchildren when she had them over, and let them, you know, add things to it. So it's so versatile, and I just love, let me show you too. I just love doing it as, I don't know why, as a junk journal. And again, it needs to dry some, but this is one that I did for Notions as a workshop there, and I just tied it together. You can tie it with ribbon. I have some old ribbon that I'm using, but this, I might have shared this before, but I just used some world globes, dies, and some paint, leftover paper. It's pretty much the paper bags. A really strong, this is a thinner one, this is a much thicker paper bag. I would suggest the thicker paper bag. So anyway, so here's a Instax photo that I used. You can see it's sized to fit nicely on these. There are words in the die sets. Old calendar. Oh, I think, do you know what? The old calendar, I just thought of it. You're right. It would be, instead of throwing away an old calendar at the end of the year, this is the perfect way to use it. Yes, I'm sorry. It took me, I caught up with you. This was an Earth Day project. These are tags. This actually is a vintage tag that I just glued to the spine here. This was, where is that? Okay, so I glued here. This is an old business card holder from a from a planner, long gone planner. This is a material called Tyvek, which is tear resistant. So it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to sew with. It comes here in the United States. The U.S. Postal Service gives this away for mailing big, postcards and green cards. Everything works really well. So as I was saying with the Tyvek, it's really nice to make pockets. Like here, you just fold up a piece before you die cut it and make a pocket. This was just testing out. I did cut out a piece of cereal box. Definitely would suggest this being as the weight for the cover would be nice. This is Tyvek again here. This was a piece of an old map that I made a pocket like I did. Old postage stamp again, just paper clipped in there. And then I used the window, and I have the words on the window, and then Instax photo. So just kind of showing that off. Again, an old map, and I sewed the pockets here. So you can just see there's a whole bunch of different things. I love the idea of old postcards and greeting cards. This is an envelope, the Animalopes envelope that I just glued in there. This is my lesson learned. Tyvek, although it is wonderful to sew for this, it does not like heat at all. So I had painted it, hit it with the heat gun just to dry the paint, and it shrunk, or it just puckered. I don't know how else to describe it. And because this was a junk journal, I did not want to throw it away or remove it, so I just inked it. So, and here's the doily, used as like a flip over page, more the map. So you could just see this was a padded envelope. You can see the padding on the inside. So just a whole bunch of different things you could do. This, I love the way if you tear the paper, gives a neat touch. The tassel is from our, what is that? The ball? Someone help me out here. It's oh, where is it? The project I did 2 weeks ago. The ball. Orb. Paper orb. 3D. This is the tassel that comes from the paper orb 3D. And I just had a bead and some twine to hold it on here. There are different, thank you. There are different ways to close it up. You could put it something that comes up and over. Thank you, Amanda. Up and over. You can put something to that ties around it, lace. So there's a whole bunch of things. This is I don't know what this was. This was something vintage that I found at an estate sale, and it just kind of worked with another tassel. So this is just kind of like fun things to do. Again, this is a junk journal. I'm going to switch the camera around. Does anyone have any questions? It is a wonderful, I'm going to close up my glue right now. It's a wonderful way to use up leftover pretty papers. The thing was that I was doing a theme of a junk journal, so again, what is it? Oh, Cuddly, in the UK, Cuddly Budley sells or carries our dies. And so, hey, Will, there's a fun thing for you to do. Email Cuddly Budley and ask them about icrafter dies, if they're available there. Because they need to, they need to hear from consumers. It really does help small companies, especially if consumers ask their local stores, or if they carry something like their products. So if you contact Cuddly Budley and ask them if they carry icrafter, they will know that local people in the UK are interested in that. I think people in the oh, thank you, Will. Retailers, also smaller retailers in all the different areas, in the different countries and here in the U.S., if you go in and ask for icrafter, Cuddly Budley, they are, they do primarily online. No, she said they do mostly online, but she has a store, a retail brick and mortar there, but it's like saying, hey, there's one place in the UK, who knows how far away it is from you, but she does do an online. I think it's cuddlybudley.com, and you could look up for UK distribute. She does advertising on the back of one of the big UK magazines all the time. So, yeah, check that out. But anyways, I was saying, you could go into any retailer and ask if, or scrapbook store, brick and mortar, and ask if they carry icrafter. It'll make them aware that people are looking for, our company, and they can always, if they're members of Notion's buying, distributor, they can place an order for our product and carry it, and it would help us out a whole bunch too. But we are, in a lot of different countries. We're in Australia. We're in Japan. I found us in Japan, Canada. I love doing the Canada carrying us. So we're growing. That's not, I can't say that's the whole world, but we're out there and we're working. We're trying to share the love with everybody, and I appreciate let's see. Oh, honestly, Will, I wish I remembered where she is located. I think I want to say she's somewhere in the Midlands area, but again, I don't know England that well, but I know she wasn't in London area, so if that helps you. Anyway, so I just wanted to share this. We are doing our Christmas in July launch right now, which is really fun. I mean, I've been kind of out of the loop right now because I was on the road for a while, but the other thing I want to say is starting August 1st, and I'll share it here, is that we are, what do I want to say? We are carrying Lori Whitlock's designs that'll launch in August 1st. Lori Whitlock is a very well-known designer. She does a lot of digital die-cut shapes, and I worked with her when I was at a different company, and she's just the sweetest, nicest lady, and our styles were so worked well together. So we decided, let's sign her up as our first licensed designer, and she has just been such a joy to work with. And we'll start showcasing her product next month, August 1st. So I am kind of, oh, thanks, Will. But I hope you like the Christmas truck. I mean, that was so much fun to do. And I know I'm jumping around thought process, but so Lori Whitlock, compatible. Yes, that's it. That on so many levels, Lori and I are so compatible, just in personality, in our background. She was a graphic designer too before she got into the crafting world. She loves doing interactive designs, and so we have kind of a nice mix. We cover almost a ton of interactive designs. She has an adorably cute style. Oh my gosh, you'll have to see it. It's just amazing. So watch for that. I will, in fact, what I'll try to do is once we launch her, I'll try to get her in on this one or more of our Facebook Lives, just because she is so sweet. You guys will absolutely love her too. She just does some amazing things, and she's very good at teaching it too, so I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I want people to know this is coming and to look forward to it, because it will be a nice add a nice variety. She will be showing also some mostly autumn type of things in August, but she has hi Rebecca. Oh yes, Roberta, you're right. She does do a lot for Silhouette, the e-cutter machine. She has her own online store for that. So just a little backstory, she was being asked by a lot of people for physical dies. And so, it was a very nice compatible collaboration when she and we came together. It's just amazing. So couldn't ask for a nicer person. So anyway, that is my Junk Journal July project. And Rebecca, you'll be able to catch it on the replay. I did my mini album accordion die, and because this is Junk Journal July, I did a mini journal using all recycled, or not recycled, I guess it's junk that would have normally gone into the trash. That's what I made the pages out of. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching, and honestly, last week was kind of one of those things where I wasn't sure if I was going to have Wi-Fi, so I kind of didn't want to advertise it too much. So I appreciate everybody who tuned in and watched it, and if you didn't catch it, watch it on the replay, because it was extremely hot where we were. Yes, shabby chic, yes. It was extremely hot where we were. We were in our RV. I turned off the air conditioner so the sound wasn't in the background, and then slowly melted. But I did some fun projects. I did 2 tags, birthday tags, zip gift tags. One using the truck, and I don't know where I put them. Oh wait, yes. I'll just show them real quick because I have people. So I glued this down, and I'll show it. Let me move this, and I'll tip the camera just real quick. So this is the zip gift tag that I haven't put the back on yet because I didn't insert the gift yet. But I used the Christmas or the holiday truck, and I took off the tree and I just added the presents as birthday presents, and I'm going to add the word happy birthday at the bottom here, and this is for my nephew. And then this is the happy birthday for my sister, and these are the flowers from the box pop base, the oval base. So the flowers on the box pop oval base, I think, kind of get lost because the oval base is the main thing everybody loves. But I just love these flowers, so I did a flower thing, and I'm going to do the same happy birthday in a different color for this tag, and then I'll fill it with their gift and send that off to them. So that was last week's In the Heat project. So I'm going to post that. So anyway, that's it. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. I absolutely love that you guys stop in and watch, and I hope, if you choose to do a mini album, junk journal, shabby chic album, scrapbook, memory book, whatever you choose to do with our mini album accordion, please let us know, and we'll share it on our social media, because I absolutely love this die. Oh, how clever! Amanda, that's really clever. The center of the flower on the truck. Perfect. Love that idea, Amanda. Oh, and you're welcome, Jen. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend, and Will, get ready for your live, probably later in your today. So I'll talk to you guys later or next week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great weekend and have a great week. Stay cool. Bye-bye.